camera mic, it looks like. Or at least we're seeing it. That's me.
Something's coming on there. Check. I don't know what to do. I can't see enough, but I mean something is coming through there.
Hello, testing 1 2. Hello, test
I'm
1 2.
hearing both coming through me.
All right, just start talking. I'm gonna log on and see it. Nobody thought to do that. Not one person.
Top of the first here from Elyria Catholic High School. District championship, district semifinal game today. The winner will play in a district title. Youngstown Ursuline made the hour-and-a-half trip here to Lorain County to take on the Panthers today. We're on the top of the first. There's one out. Ursuline is at the bat, and there is one on for the Fighting Irish. At the plate for Youngstown Ursuline, Rowan Urbach. Urbach, the senior shortstop. The first with a walk is Matt Pisa. And the pitch to Urbach is a curveball that drops in for strike one. On the hill today for the Panthers, Zachariah Gaines, their senior right-hander. The 0-1 pitch, high heat, well outside the strike zone. The count is now even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Holding the runner at first for the Panthers is Mason Knapp, the junior first baseman. Gaines is ready. The 1-1 pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Urbach. Rowan Urbach will continue his baseball career next year at Grove City College. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Touches Urbach off the plate. Count is now 3-1. For Gaines, he's the workhorse for this Elyria Catholic pitching rotation. 42 and 3 innings, no one's thrown more. 4 wins, 3 losses.
You know how AM radio sounds? Yeah. It sounds like that.
3-1 pitch is on its way. Fouled back. Count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. One out in the first batter of the inning. The leadoff hitter for Ursuline struck out. They actually had that ball to second base. That was the first out of the inning and the only out. Pisa walk and Urbach is at the plate, facing a 3-2 count. Zachariah Gaines on the hill for Elyria Catholic. And here comes the pitch. Fastball fouled back. Running was Pisa. Matt Pisa was running on the pitch. Oh, we got a moment. Let's check that Elyria Catholic defense. In left field is junior Chase Atkins. In center field, junior Noah Miller. And in right field, junior Braden Winter. Urbach back in the right-handed batter's box. Zachariah Gaines, the right-handed senior pitcher, is ready to go. And here comes the full count pitch. This one will be out of play as well over the Panthers dugout on the first baseline. Long attack, good battle between Youngstown Ursuline's best hitter and the Elyria Catholic ace of the staff. Gaines is patient. He's ready. 3-2 pitch. Center field. Looks so deep. Back at the on the warning track. Bringing it in is Noah Willett. So a pop up to center field is the second out of the inning. That brings Luke Stroney to the plate. Stroney, a right-handed hitter. He's the catcher. Junior for Youngstown Ursuline. Matt Pisa, his teammate, is on first ball's in but low. It's ball one. That Elyria Catholic infield looks like this. The third base senior JoJo Gestura. At shortstop, Isaiah Amaris, senior. Another senior second, Luke Cross, and then the junior Mason Knapp at first base. Here comes the number pitch from Knapp. Runner going, and it's past the catcher. Was it fouled off? It was. And Peace will come back to first. He had a great jump. Gaines checks the run. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Zachariah Gaines on the year. His earned run average is 3.96. 4 wins, 3 losses, no saves. He's given up 38 hits and 42 in the third inning. And just to give up a hit here in the top of the first.
Matt Pisa on at first after a walk. Pisa, the number 2 hitter in this Ursuline lineup. He leads off. Knapp holds him at first base. Gaines is ready. Here comes the pitch. Fastball. Foul right over our heads.
Right behind you.
Landed about 5 yards behind us. So the count's now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the first here from Elyria Catholic High School. Gaines is ready. Here comes the 2-2. And it's a breaking ball that falls in for a strike, and it's the 3rd out of the inning. So Stroney gets caught looking. Ursuline sends 4 batters to the plate. Don't get a hit. They got to walk. They leave a runner on. They don't score a run. And we'll head to the bottom half of the first here from Elyria Catholic. It's the Irish of Ursuline nothing, and the Panthers of EC coming to bat.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From Jet's Chicken, cookie trays, paired party tray, everything you need with stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Bottom of the first here from Elyria Catholic High School. District semifinal game today. Youngstown Ursuline making the trip. Hour and a half from almost the Pennsylvania border to Elyria Catholic. The winner of this game will play in Lorain at the Pipe Yard in 2 days. They'll play Marlington. Marlington beat Streetsboro in the other district semi this morning 11-1. That game was at Marlington. These two teams are here after victories in their opening games. Youngstown Ursuline went to Woodridge and knocked off Woodridge 5-2. And the Panthers were here at home against Firelands and beat the Falcons 8-2. Set that Irish defense for you. In the outfield, Anthony Bako, a senior in left. Matt Pisa, the junior in center. C.J. Snyder, a junior in right field. In the infield from third to first, it's Harrison DeLuca, a junior at third. Rowan Urbach, the senior shortstop. Freshman at second base, Dom Monroe. Sophomore at first base, Gianluca Aurelio. Behind the plate, a junior, Luke Stroney. And on the mound, a freshman, Jack Gokala. Gokala, a left-hander. He can throw it. He can throw it hard. So he's the lefty freshman on the mound, and he'll take on this Panther lineup that has had a lot of success this year. Zachariah Gaines will lead them off. Gaines, the opposing pitcher, and the leadoff hitter for Elyria Catholic. Ursuline in black jerseys. Green numbers trimmed in gold. They are the Fighting Irish. Green ball caps, white baseball pants. Here comes the first pitch to Zachariah Gaines. It's a fastball and it's fouled back. Elyria Catholic in their white pants, green top, green baseball jerseys with Panthers in script across their jersey front in white. Ocala working quickly. Jack is ready, and here comes the left-hander's 0-1 offering. Curveball in the dirt. Skips in, nice stop by Luke Stroney. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Irish on the year, 11 wins, 9 losses. They do not play in a conference. Here comes the 1-1. Heat again, and he throws it by Zachariah Gaines. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gaines from his leadoff spot this year leads the team in walks with 27. And when I say lead, no one is close. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Moves Gaines off the plate. It's inside, gets to the backstop. Counts now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's turned those walks into runs. You know, oftentimes you hear somebody say if you walk them, they eventually score. And Gaines is almost perfect with that description. 27 walks, and he has scored 28 times. Here comes the 2-2. Off speed, drops low below the knees, taken by Gaines, and it's now a full count. Bottom of the first here at Elyria Catholic High School. Here comes the full count pitch to Gaines. It's high heat. It's drilled down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will not. It's foul, and it's just a long strike. He hit that one under the scoreboard, if you're familiar with the field here at Elyria Catholic. The 3-2 pitch is on its way. Fastball again taken, and that is strike 3, and Gaines knew it when he took it. So a leadoff strikeout for Youngstown Ursuline's Jack Ocala, and there's 1 out in the inning. That'll bring a left-hander to the plate for the Panthers in Noah Willett. So it's left on left. Ocala, the left-handed hurler, first pitch to Willett is a breaking ball in the dirt. It's looked at for ball 1. Noah Willett on the year hitting .309. And in this Panther lineup, he's the toughest hitter to strike out. The 1-0 is in the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. Noah has batted 96 times, or at least 96 official times. That doesn't count the base on balls or the hit by pitch. And he struck out only 10 times. So he strikes out once only every 10 at bats. The 2-0 pitch is a fastball on the knees. It's called for a strike, 2-1.
And Ron, while I have a moment, and I think I'm up to speed here, had a good conversation with Mr. Willett. When we say that, Noah Willett's father. Not that long ago over at Midview.
2 balls, 2 strikes, swings through a fastball. Yeah, Noah's dad came up to you and I after the Elyria Catholic at Midview game and went down memory lane. Here comes the 2-2 pitch with 1 out. Off speed, off the plate. Count is now full. So for the second batter in a row, Ocala has gone full. Noah's dad said, Ron, I don't know if you remember, but in 1989, the 3-2 pitch popped up, shallow left, coming in for the Fighting Irish, and under it is Anthony Bako, and that's the second out of the inning. When he started with 1989, Jared, were you born in 1989?
Oh, I had drawn conscious breath for 10 years in 1989.
Okay, so you're older than I thought. But so he's going back a long ways. He said, I don't know if you remember, he said, but I played at Bay High, and you did a story on our team and mentioned me in it. And he said it was fun to see you here calling Noah's game. He pitched a great game that day. He beat Midview. The final was 6-1. Ooh, long ball, right center field, chasing the center fielder and running it down with a great catch. Matt Pisa got a great jump. Boy, JoJo Jansur really got into that. Sent a screaming line drive to the gap in right center field, but Boy, Matt Pisa made it look easy in the end.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Top of the second here from Elyria Catholic. It's Ron Yance, Jared Kozar, and Zach Sprague along with you. Tim Gebhardt joins us. No score. Neither team with a hit yet. It was a 1-2-3 inning for the Elyria Catholic. Batting turn in the bottom half of the first. Zachariah Gaines, the senior on the hill, in the 42 and a third innings, now 43 and a third innings, has walked 30 and struck out 55, and that includes the walk and the strikeout that was registered to him in the first inning. 7 decisions on the year, 4 of those are wins. In his 42 and a third innings, he's given up 24 earned runs. Both head coaches going with their aces of their staff today, because Jared, to get to the district championship game, you got to win the district semifinal. You know,
there is no Thursday without today.
You know,
right.
You got to win today. Gaines' first offering is just off the knees, and it's a ball to Harrison DeLuca, the junior third baseman for Youngstown Ursuline. Here comes the 1-0. You know, sometimes managers, head coaches, whatever you want to call them at this level, the leaders of the team can outthink themselves. You know, try to finagle a semifinal game to save an ace for the district championship, and you never get there. Two-hopper to shortstop, across the field throw, and it's high. And at first and safe is Harrison DeLuca. So it's a throwing error by Isaiah Amaris. He sailed one over his first baseman's head, and on is Harrison DeLuca.
Well, you know, we would never want to second-guess somebody like Bruce Lasicki, who's been doing it a long, long time, and say, well, would you save a guy like Gaines for that Marlington matchup that would be theoretically coming up later in the week? But much like you said, he knows he's got to beat a tough Ursuline squad who, you know, Woodridge kind of gave them all they wanted. That was a 5-2 ball game.
And that was at Woodridge.
Right.
So that tells you that Woodridge was the higher seed.
Right.
First pitch is a ball to Gianluca Aurelio. Aurelio, a sophomore. Big, strong sophomore. Right-handed hitter. The throw over to first and back safely is DeLuca. Harrison DeLuca's on at first. He's there on an error. Gaines is ready. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And it's at the letters. I don't know how tall Aurelio is, but he's a big boy. So when I say at the letters or the numbers at the front of that jersey, that's up there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Top of the second here at Elyria Catholic. Here comes Gaines. He's ready to go. Steps off the rubber, and back to first is DeLuca. I want to thank North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads for their spring sponsorship. Curveball drops in nicely on a 1-1 pitch. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Network land title also, Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Nick Abraham Elyria Ford. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, swung on, fooled, little tapper to shortstop, steps on short and throws to first. And there's an easy double play. That was Amaris who caught the little soft tapper to right at about the bag. Shortstop took it with an easy throw to Knapp, and that is a double play that Zach Gaines absolutely loves.
Well, we say easy, and maybe for these guys it was routine, but when you're watching it out there, everything had to work right, and they stuck with it.
That'll bring Jack Gokala to the plate, the left-handed hitting freshman pitcher. First offering from Gaines is a fastball just off the knees. It's ball 1 to Gokala. Jack hitting 7th in Paul Kemp's lineup. Second pitch. That one's called for a strike.
Of course, Ron, when we say today watching it, you're looking at a crystal clear view, albeit through the chain link fence, courtesy of Zach Sprague. He's got that moving pretty well over there.
Zach Sprague, an outstanding addition, member of our broadcast team here. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. And swung on, fouled back. Gokala will stay alive. Zach just finished his freshman year at Lorain County Community College. He is a scholarship student there, presidential scholar, which means he gets 2 years paid for. So he's got 1 year left to save his mom and dad money, then off to Bowling Green State University, your alma mater.
Correct. And instrumental work by Zach today, just by keeping me calm prior to us going on the air.
The 1-2 pitch from Gaines. It's high and outside. Counts now even. Everything is showing twos. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and we're in the second inning.
He's got that kind of effect, and maybe that tells you a lot about why there's a mutual relationship between him and the folks at LCCC benefiting from each other.
Gaines thought he had Gokala struck out on a fastball at the knees. It's called a ball. The count is now full. Well, Zach's just an outstanding young man. We're lucky to have him. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, fouled back. Everybody will do it again. Play-by-play voice of the Gamers team at Lorain County Community College. They compete at a national level.
And you can feel free to call them esports.
Esports. Little pop-up. This should end the inning. Left field settling under it. And catching it out there is Chris Atkins. So 3 up. And 3 down for Youngstown Ursuline. We'll head to the bottom of the second in a scoreless game.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $229 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
I want to thank Nick Abraham, Buick GMC, and Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford on Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. You also heard Lorain County Community College in that spot. Every time there's a strikeout today, that strikeout is brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Real education for good jobs, and there have been 2 strikeouts. Both pitchers have one in the game so far. We're in the bottom half of the second. Panthers went 1-2-3 in the top, or the bottom of the first, their side. Ryan White, Luke Doss, and Isaiah Amaris scheduled to hit the first 3 hitters for the Panthers here in the bottom half of the second. Also want to thank the city of Elyria. Rediscover Elyria today at thecityofelyria.com, a sponsor on our Tournament Time Diamond Duel broadcast, and Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. Everybody's got a place in our broadcast. Our pregame show by North Ridgeville Convenient. The postgame show will be brought to you by Eco Tree Services. The lineups that we told you in the top half of the first, the starters, Network Land Title Agency. The keys to the game, we'll continue to discuss those as this game moves about. Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford, and Buick GMC, and of course the strikeouts by Lorain County Community College. Jack Gokala is ready to go on the hill. And stepping to the plate will be the right-handed hitting catcher for Elyria Catholic. It's their junior, Ryan White. And if you're looking for a leader offensively, look no further than Ryan White. He leads this team in almost every offensive category. Here comes the first pitch to him. It's a curveball that drops in for a strike. He's hitting .385 on the year. That's tops on the team. He has 21 runs batted in on the year. Tops on the team. Next pitch, off the plate for a ball. 8 doubles, tops on the team. 1 triple, tops on the team. 2 home runs, tops on the team. Anything left? Here comes the 1-1 offering. Off-speed pitch, dropped out of the strike zone into the dirt, and White swung through it. And now ahead in the count is Jack Ocala, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ocala's ready. Here comes the left-hander's offering, and it's a high heater to Ryan White, and White waves at it. It's a strikeout. That's a big one. That strikeout brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCCC. Luke Doss will step to the plate for Elyria Catholic. Doss, the senior second baseman. First pitch to him, swung on. Ball was in the dirt. Luke was fooled on it. It's strike 1. Left-hander on the hill is a freshman. And it's tournament time as the second pitch is low again. This one looked at. Counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike. So he's no longer a freshman. They are 20 games into the season. This is the 21st for Youngstown Ursuline. He is freshman only in the status on the roster. 1-1 pitch, fouled back, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, I think you look at that frame, those mechanics, the delivery, you're expecting that person's definitely more than a freshman. And, well, like you said, he might be chronologically. There's a lot to like about that.
Wearing the black jersey top. Left-hander's ready. The kick and the fire, and it's an off-speed pitch in the dirt that was swung through, missed by the catcher. And they'll throw down to first base, and it's the second out of the inning. So Luke Doss was fooled a couple of times in that at bat. 2 up, 2 down, both strikeouts, both brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Isaiah Amaris, the senior shortstop, now stepping to the plate for the Panthers. Ocala has faced 5 EC hitters, and he's struck out 3 of them. First pitch to Amaris moves him off the plate. It's ball 1. Amaris inside with heat at the belt. It's called strike 1. Isaiah looks down at his third base coach, which is also his head coach, Bruce Lisicki. Bruce in his 15th year here at Elyria Catholic. Next pitch, fastball swung through, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 1-2 count in the second inning here. And working quickly is Jack Ocala. He's ready to go. Here comes the kick and the fire, and it's heat. Line drive, straightaway center, right at the Irish center fielder, Matt Pisa. So 3 up, 3 down, 2 by strikeout by Ocala. We head to the top of the third. It's a scoreless game.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Top of the third coming up for the Fighting Irish of Youngstown Ursuline will be their number 8 and 9 hitters, and then, of course, the top of the order. Their number 8 hitter is their designated hitter today. It's Frank Del Torio. Del Torio is in the lineup hitting for their left fielder, Anthony Bako. Del Torio, a senior, right-handed hitter, facing the right-hander Zachariah Gaines, and Gaines' first pitch is a strike. Gaines now in his third inning of work. Pitched to 4 batters in the first, walked 1, struck out 1. The 1-0 pitch is called for a strike. It's now no balls, 2 strikes. In the second inning, the first runner or batter was on an error, and then they doubled him up. And leaning into that off-speed pitch was Ursuline's Del Torio. He just flat out leaned into that off-speed pitch, took it on the forearm, and he's going to go down to first base. Sometimes they'll call those batters back.
Yeah, just basically saying you didn't get out of the way. You made no conscious effort to do it. But I think in an 0-2 count, and, not totally demonstrative in terms of how he made that contact.
So he took one for the team, and he's on at first base.
Yeah.
You can get your bottom of your order on. That's a key to what will probably be a low-scoring game with 2 outstanding pitchers. Trying to swing through a bunt and missing everything is their freshman second baseman, Dom Monroe. Monroe gets the verbal number signal, looks at his wristband on his left wrist for what that means to him. Is it bunting? Is it swinging through? He'll bunt again, now pull back, pitches in the dirt, and the count's even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jared, and I don't know if this is at the high school level, it's at the collegiate level. We'll get it after this pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1 offering, and it's, again, showing bunt, pulling back bunt. It's low, fastball, 2 balls, 1 strike. I do the Case Western Reserve softball broadcast, and they have, every player has a digital wristband, and the manager types into that wristband every call, every pitch, every 2-1 pitch low, 3 balls, 1 strike. So now is traditional, I'm giving you signals with an indicator followed by whatever the signal is, or the non-traditional, or maybe even more traditional, now the coach calling out a number, you check your wristband. Now it's graduated to the manager or the head coach punches in a number into a digital band, and immediately everybody on the team knows exactly what's happening. 3 balls, 1 strike to Gaines. The bunt is down, and it's a good one. Misplayed at third, now picked up, and they still get the out. So staying with the play was Jojo Jansura. He gets the out at first, but Ursuline gets what they wanted out of it, a Dom Monroe bunt that moves Del Torio to second base.
Yep, run moved around, and you've got a runner in scoring position, just 1 down here in their half of the third inning. But, Ron, you're right. Things are just progressing, exponentially in terms of how that works. It used to just be there was a take sign, and that was about it when you were in that situation. Now there's a multitude of outcomes.
You really got to pay attention. I mean, even to the instant wristband read, you gotta know what that number means, and you have to react quickly. And I even talked to Josie Henry, the head coach. Is it quicker? And she said it's probably the same if you really looked at it. So stepping off the mound and calling out his catcher is Zachariah Gaines. Ryan White's going to jog out. The two are going to talk about it. Probably going to change up the signals a little bit because the Irish have a runner on at second, and that's Frank Del Torio. And I don't know if Frank can see all the way into Ryan White, what White's dropping finger-wise, and I don't know if that's what that conversation was about, but it certainly has the setting to be the reason. No balls, no strikes. Top of the order for Ursuline. C.J. Snyder at the plate. He hit a ground ball, a hard ground ball to second base in his first at bat. Gaines looks at second, comes to the plate. It's off speed, drops off the plate and low. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Ron, I think they filed under the why take a chance category.
Yeah. Absolutely. Gaines is ready, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball hit to the hole between short and third. It's going to go into left field for a base hit, and having to hold at second to make sure it got through was the runner Del Torio. So Frank's going to end up at third base. And on at first, the leadoff hitter C.J. Snyder with a base hit.
And that was a really nice hit there, just that left side of the infield, and like you said, Del Torrio not able to really get a good jump on that one to come around to score, but runners at the corners here still just one down.
That brings Matt Pisa to the plate for Ursuline. Snyder at first, Del Torrio at third. One out here in the inning for Youngstown Ursuline. Pisa, their number 2 hitter in the lineup at the plate. Here comes the offering from Gaines, and it's swung through. It's strike one. Matt walked in his first at bat and was stranded at first. After the walk to Pisa, Gaines got Urbach, their very dangerous number 3 hole hitter, to fly out to center, and then he got Luke Stroney, their cleanup hitter, looking at a third strike. The 0-1 pitch does not come. It's thrown to first, and back safely at first is C.J. Snyder. You want to keep Snyder close because you don't want to give him just second base automatically on a 2-out or a 1-out steal. Gaines is ready, looks at the runner at first, and will throw to first. And back safely again is C.J. Snyder. Tell you what, Jared, Gaines throws it as hard to first as he does to home plate. He feels good about that pickoff move. Lead is about 4 feet. Here comes the pitch to the plate. It's a curveball that drops in perfectly. And 4 strike 2. Pisa down on the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Gaines would love to get, a strikeout or an infield pop-up. Keep that runner at third base. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's heat. It's at the knees, and it's called a ball. The home stands behind us wanted a punch-out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here. Top of the third, scoreless game at Elyria Catholic. Gaines looks at first, throws to first. That one was close. Safe, though, is C.J. Snyder. Every throw over by Gaines gets lower and lower, closer to where the bag meets dirt meets hand location. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. It's high and outside. Counts now even. But if you're Snyder, the more and more you make the guy on the hill think about you at first, the less he's thinking about delivering to the plate. So it certainly is a chess match. Gaines looks over to first. 2-2 pitch to the plate. Off-speed pitch fell in, and it's called a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Much to the chagrin of the EC faithful here. But, Ron, you mentioned Snyder playing some games over there at first base. In 100 attempts over there, one of them's going to go through. That's the other thing I think they tell you.
And there's another throw, the swipe tag, and safely back is Snyder.
The runner's probably going to get picked off once or more statistically, and there's going to be 1 or 2 or more that find their way into the dugout. So it's just, you're kind of gambling.
Gaines will step off the back of the rubber. Here's his situation. 2 on, 1 at third, 1 out. Scoreless game, top of the third, and a full count on the number 2 hitter. And up next, Jared, is the most dangerous hitter on the team. Throw back to first again, and back safely is C.J. Snyder. Urbach is in the on-deck circle, and talking to Paul Kemp, the head coach of Youngstown Ursuline, he said he's our stud. He is our best overall player, not just hitter, but overall player. The 3-2 pitch to the plate, just off the knees, low, and it's ball 4, and the bases are now loaded for Rowan Urbach. So Gaines had 3 pitches that he thought could have gone his way in that at-bat against Pisa. Didn't get the call on any of them, and the bases are now loaded. Urbach, the right-handed hitter at the plate, he flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Here comes the first offering. It's off speed, it drops in, a little curveball that fell in at the belt. It's strike 1. I think if you're Zachariah Gaines, the last thing you want to do is start that guy off with a heater. Starts him off speed. Let's see what the second offering. From the windup is Zachariah Gaines with the bases full of Fighting Irishmen, and he'll step off. Scoreless game. Ursuline trying to change that. Panthers trying to keep it with zeros on the board. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Fastball at the knees. Well, maybe a cutter. Had a little heat, little movement. It's low and off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, still came in there with quite a bit of fury, but yeah, a little bit of movement there.
1-1 offering. That's straight heat. Urbach was on it. Gaines threw it right at him. Swung through. It's a foul tip. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think Gaines is thinking to himself, an inning-ending double play is out of the question with this young man at the plate. But if he could strike him out, you're still alive.
1-2 pitch. Beautiful pitch. And it's called for a strike. Rowan Urbach looks at a beautiful offering from Zachariah Gaines, off speed, breaking ball on the outside part of the plate, and that is a big out, partner.
Yeah, no better time for you to have one of those Lorain County Community College strikeouts that we just referenced on our screen. So Gaines went right at him on that one.
2 outs, bases full of Irish. Here comes the first offering to the cleanup hitter, Luke Stroney, and it's looked at for a strike. Starts the 4-hole hitter off with a curveball, too. Gaines trying to be masterful in how he keeps, if you're a pitcher, you just want to disrupt the eye level of the batter, the comfortability of the batter. You just want to make sure that you are changing every offer. And Gaines has done a nice job of that in a real tight situation. He's up in the count 0-1, and here comes that 0-1 pitch. It's high heat, and it is swung at by Luke Stroney. Swung through, and it's 0-2. Gaines is ready to go from the windup. Working quickly. Here comes the 0-2. Heat at the eyeballs, and looked at by Luke Stroney. It's a good pitch.
It is, and definitely one to burn in that situation,
Sure.
too. Maybe 2. I might try to give him a chase that one again.
Here it comes. Off speed, fell at the feet of Stroney, and it's fouled off down the third baseline. So we'll do it again. 2 outs in the inning. Scoreless game, top of the third. The cleanup hitter for Ursuline at the plate, their junior catcher. He struck out looking in his first at bat. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Off speed, looked at it, and he thought he was out. I got to tell you, he's not. Called a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes, but the body language of Luke Stroney told me he thought, oh, man, I looked at another one. He was looking heat. He got the off-speed pitch. Counts even. And here comes Gaines' offering. 2-2 on the way, and it's heat outside. It moved the catcher Ryan White off the plate, and the count is now full with nowhere to put Luke Stroney. Here we go. Gaines from the back of the mound steps up to the rubber. Toes it. Working out of the windup. Looks in. Here comes the windup. Runners are off. Pitch. Fly ball. This one should end the inning. Center field. And under it is Willett. And Noah brings it in. That is a Houdini escape for Zachariah Gaines. Bases loaded with only 1 out. He gets a strikeout and a pop-up. And he's out of the inning. We're still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
It was a long top half of the third. It seems like a long time ago that Elyria Catholic has been at the plate. 6 hitters batted for Ursuline. They did not score a run. There was a walk, a hit Batman, a sacrifice bunt, a called strikeout, 1 hit, and 1 pop-up in that inning. And a lot of those at-bats went full. Panthers' turn now. They're bottom of their order. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Mason Knapp, Braden Winter, and Clifford Hemlinger will bat for head coach Bruce Lisicki in this third inning. EC still looking for their first hit. They've gone 1, 2, 3 in the first and in the second, and 3 of the 6 have struck out against this freshman hurler, Jack Gokala. Knapp, their junior first baseman, hitting .289 on the year. A left-handed hitter facing the left-handed pitcher. Panthers in their Kelly green jersey tops, trimmed in white. White numbers, trimmed in black. Panthers embroidered across their chest. The first pitch is in the dirt off speed. Looked at, it's ball 1. Jack Gokala on the hill today. In the first inning, struck out Zachariah Gaines. In the second, struck out Ryan White and Luke Doss in back-to-back at bats. Here comes the 1-0, and it's in the dirt with a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. Mason Knapp is up in the count. Gokala's ready from the windup. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and it's outside again with heat off the catcher's mitt, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. Jared, I mentioned it felt like a long inning, at least to me, and with the first 3 pitches from Jack Gokala, it may have felt that way to him too.
Well, I think so, and yeah, both guys just trying to figure out what's going on right now against pretty talented lineups.
It's ball 4, low and away. 4 straight balls to Mason Knapp to lead off this inning for Elyria Catholic.
You know, they'll bring out a mound visit here for Ursuline. They're going to talk about it now that the leadoff runner is aboard. But, you know, the previous top half of the inning, yeah, for Gaines, back-to-back full counts against guys that could really do some damage. And I think that, you know, for them to come out that unscathed says a lot about his resolve and also about maybe a missed opportunity for Ursuline, and they know it.
Absolutely, that was a missed opportunity. Yeah, I think if you asked Paul Kemp, their head coach, I'm going to give you the bases loaded with 1 out, and you got number 3 and 4 hitting. He's guaranteeing at least 1 run.
Yeah, give me something.
Yeah. So the runner at first is Mason Knapp. At the plate is the junior right fielder, Braden Winter. On the hill, Jack Gokala, the freshman hurler. His first pitch is fouled off. It's strike 1. Gokala will go out of the stretch. The left-hander staring at first base when he's in the stretch. That is the first base runner of the game for Elyria Catholic at first base. The 0-1 pitch swung through, waved at a heater, and Braden Winters down on the count, no balls, 2 strikes. In the on-deck circle, Clifford Hemlinger, the designated hitter today. Gokala working quickly. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, first base. Is it fair or foul? They'll say it's foul. Boy, that was trouble. That was close. It just missed. If that's fair, Knapp is certainly at third. He may even score on it because the right fielder is out there. It's a foul ball, though. Counts even, or count stays at 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Curveball, beauty. And swinging through it is Winter. That's out number 1. Man, that was a beautiful pitch. It just dropped off the table, that off-speed pitch. And there's 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, and you mentioned where the right fielder's at, and yeah, you're right, they're out there. There's a lot of room out there in foul territory, which that ball would have certainly got to had it stayed fair through the infield.
Yeah, not only a lot of room, Jared, as they throw over to first base, the Irish do, and back safely is Mason Knapp, but the grass appears a little high to me, too. It's been a lot of rain, and it's going to take a while to get to that ball in the outfield.
Well, certainly the collar's a little bit different than what we see in the infield. Infield looks great, as if somebody was on top of this over the holiday weekend, and they very well may have been. Zach Sprague could have been busy yesterday.
Does Zach Sprague do the grass cutting here at Elyria Catholic?
I don't believe that he does, but it has the mark of, a Sprague-like result there, perfection almost when you look at what's going on out there.
The first offering to Clifford Hemlinger, the number 9 hitter, is low for a ball. So there's 1 ball, no strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, just off the knees, and it's now 2-0. Hemlinger from his DH spot. He's a junior. He's hitting .320 this year, but that .320 batting average is slightly deceiving. It's in just 25 at bats, so he has seen not a whole lot of action. Takes the 2-0, looks at it all the way, and it falls in for a strike off speed pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Zachariah Gaines is on deck. Top of the order is next for the Panthers. Gokala looks at first, comes to the plate. Fouled off down the first base side. Count is now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scoreless game here in the bottom half of the third. District semifinal, the winner today will take on Marlington at the Pipe Yard in Lorain. A little soft ground ball that's fouled on the third baseline. So staying alive is Hemlinger. Playing third base for the Irish, Harrison DeLuca. Infield is at typical depth right now. Gokala looks in. He's ready to pitch. Looks at first, comes to the plate, 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Ball's in the dirt. Hemlinger is going to be out automatically. The throw down to second on the steal, and it's a double play. Hemlinger's out because first base is occupied, even though the strike 3 was missed. But running for it, and you run at your own risk, and getting thrown out at second base on the steal was Elyria Catholic's Mason Knapp, so it's a double play to end the inning. So the Panthers with 9 hitters, only through 3. We head to the top of the 4th in a scoreless game.
Are you undecided about your future and overwhelmed by the options? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. Lorain County Community College has helped thousands of students just like you find their future career. From short-term training programs to transfer options all the way to bachelor degrees, our programs are designed to set you up for future success. Lorain County Community College, your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $229 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
A couple of more strikeouts for Youngstown Ursuline freshman pitcher Jack Gokala. Of course, all strikeouts today by both pitchers, brought to you by Lorain County Community College. It's your year, your class is your future. Enroll today. So just to follow back on Gokala's performance so far, he's faced the minimum, 9 batters, and he has struck out 5 of the 9. He's walked 1, and it's a scoreless game. So Ursuline will hit here in the top of the 4th. They'll have 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order coming up this inning. DeLuca, Aurelio, and Gokala against Zachariah Gaines, the Panthers' senior right-handed starting pitcher. Gaines is ready, and here comes his first pitch. It's heat, swung through. Harrison DeLuca down on the count. No balls, 1 strike. Tim Gebhardt charting the pitches. Gaines has thrown 63 pitches now here in the top half of the 4th. Second one fouled off. He's up in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Zachariah Gaines has been real good as well. He's given up only 1 hit. He has struck out 2, he has walked 2, and he's hit a batter. Trying to get Harrison DeLuca here in the 4th. The 0-2 pitch, off speed in the dirt, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. DeLuca in his first at bat on an error. The 1-2, it's heat high, and it's too high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The only one to get a hit so far off of Zachariah Gaines is Youngstown Ursuline's number 1 hitter, C.J. Snyder, their leadoff hitter. And that came in the 3rd inning. And looking at strike 3 is Harrison DeLuca. So Gaines with his 3rd strikeout, brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Gaines came into today in 42 1/3 innings pitched with 54 strikeouts in those 42 innings. First pitch is fouled back by the sophomore first baseman, Gianluca Aurelio. So in 4 innings, he's got 3 more strikeouts. So on the season, he's got 57 in 45 2/3 innings. The 0-1 pitch hits heat. It's at the belt, and it's right down the middle for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch, high curveball, hit to second. Nice play, almost made at second base. Chasing to his glove side was Luke Doss, the senior, and at the cut of the grass, where the dirt meets the grass, almost made a beautiful sliding catch of a ground ball. It'll skip into right field, and that I'm sure will go as a base hit.
And one heck of an effort there, and I think that if I might be so bold, I think Doss was kind of tossed up if he was going to try to get a base in front of that one or just go ahead and slide right through, like you said, that full dive, and just couldn't really come down to a conclusion as to what he wanted to do. Getting a runner for Aurelia.
So a pinch runner in for the Irish. And they've got those black jerseys with green numbers. Is it 19? I think it might be 18.
19.
19?
18.
18, yeah. There's not a 9. So it's Pat Rothrath, a sophomore at first base, now running for the Irish. Pat Rothrath. 1 out, 1 on. Irish batting in the top of the 4th in a scoreless game. District semifinal matchup today here at Elyria Catholic. Here comes the Gaines offering, and it's swung on. That's low heat, nicely placed. And Jack Gokala swings through it. It's strike 1. Gokala flew out in his last at bat to the Panther left fielder. The 0-1 pitch, fly ball, right field gap, and it's over the head. Chasing forward is Braden Winter all the way to the wall. Rounding third and being held with 1 out is Rothrath. And checking into second with a stand-up double is Jack Gokala. So that's a big hit by the opposing pitcher, Gokala. He hit it to the gap in right center, more towards the right field side, and Braden Winter almost chased it down.
That one sounded good, and, delivered the same result that you would think commensurate with that sound of the crack of the bat, or the ping of the bat, if you will, into a pretty deep part of the ballpark here at EC.
So the Irish have runners at second and third. And there's 1 out in the inning. And Gaines wants a new baseball. That one has not been kind to him in the last 2 at-bats. Inning started with a strikeout of Harrison DeLuca, then back-to-back base hits, and that's where we're at right now. Runners at second and third with just the 1 out. But, Zachariah Gaines got out of a bases-loaded 1-out jam in the last inning. Can he do it again? At the plate, the number 8 hitter, the designated hitter, the senior Frank Del Torio. Gaines is ready, working out of the windup. Here comes the pitch. And it's inside for ball 1. Del Torio in his first at-bat got hit by a pitch. He's ready to go, and so is Gaines. Gaines working quickly. Here comes the 1-0. And it hit Del Torio again. He is 2 for 2 in getting hit by pitches. That one hit him in the back of the lead shoulder, the left shoulder, just above his number 21.
Yeah, didn't lean into that one. It was just there. But now you're in a eerily similar situation. Bases juiced, 1 out. Bruce Lisicki going to head out there and have a conversation with Zach Gaines. Not to be confused with Zach Sprague.
Zach Sprague running our camera on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube broadcast today. Lisicki in his 15th year running this baseball program at Elyria Catholic. He's got his entire infield on the hill with him. Home plate umpire will come out and break it up. Bruce with final instructions, and he'll head back to the third base dugout. He pats his senior pitcher on the right shoulder. He says, "We got this." So the infielders head back. Gaines stalks the mound, and stepping to the plate is the number 9 hitter, Dom Monroe. Monroe is a freshman. He's their second baseman, and he is not tall. This is going to be a tough strike location for Gaines, and the first one's in the dirt. I don't know how tall he is. We don't have a roster, but I'm guessing 5'2", 5'4", maybe. What do you think, partner?
Well, to call him compact would be, well, pretty accurate.
Small strike zone. The 1-0 pitch at the knees. It's called strike one. In Dom's first at bat, he dropped on a bunt towards the third baseline, sacrificed Del Torrio over to second. Del Torrio ended up at third and never scored. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Off speed off the plate, and 2 balls, 1 strike to Dom Monroe. There are 2 freshmen and a sophomore in this Ursuline batting order today. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Heat. It's money. Counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases are full of Irish. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gaines, and that's strike 3. Looking at it was Dom Monroe. A beautiful pitch with confidence. Man, Gaines, that was a terrific sequence to Dom Monroe. And there are now 2 outs in the inning. That strikeout brought to you by Lorain County Community College. So Gaines got DeLuca to open the inning, and he just got Monroe for the second out. Top of the order, first pitch, breaking ball at the knees. It's strike 1. C.J. Snyder at the plate. Last time up for C.J., he had a hard ground ball between the hole between third and shortstop and into left field. Gaines working quickly. The 1-0 pitch, high heat. Too high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Back-to-back innings. Zachariah Gaines trying to work out a bases-loaded 1-out situation. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's at the knees. Dropped in nicely. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gaines working with confidence. You can tell it in his step, the way he receives the ball, the way he readies himself, and he's in the windup, and here he goes. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. At short. Nice, easy play. The inning's over. Force at second, and Gaines, he gets out of it again. Smile, young man. The inning's over. Breathe a little. We head to the bottom of the 4th in a scoreless game.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Bottom of the 4th here from Elyria Catholic. Ron Yance, Jared Kozar, Zach Sprague along with you on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel and WEOL.com. District semifinal in Division 4 here. Panthers and the Irish in a scoreless game. It's scoreless, so that's the same, but one of the huge differences, Elyria Catholic in 3 innings has sent 9 batters to the plate, so they have sent the minimum to the plate. And Youngstown Ursuline has left 7 runners on base, 6 in the last 2 innings, and 1 in the first. So the Irish have missed out on 2 huge opportunities to not only take a lead in this game, but maybe in some cases break it open a little bit. So the Panthers are right there. They're right where they want to be in a scoreless game. And they've got their leadoff hitter at the plate, Zachariah Gaines. Here comes the first offering to Gaines, and he holds back on a breaking ball at the knees. It's called strike 1. On the hill for the Irish, Jack Gokala. He has struck out 5 in the first 3 innings. Left-handed freshman. Gokala's ready, so is Gaines. Lefty against the righty. Here comes the pitch. Hit hard. Left center field. That's going to go in for a base hit. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Gaines rounds first. He'll check into second with a stand-up double. Man, he was sitting on his pitch. He got it, and he smoked it. 2-hop the wall in left center field.
Found it. That's a textbook double, and Gaines is going to get a runner for him, I believe. No, you're not going to sacrifice that speed. What am I thinking? He's just getting some of the hardware taken care of there. But Gaines is on at second. Leadoff man aboard, and maybe this time the Panthers make him take advantage of that. Tim Gebhardt, get the names correct, just told me that was only the 42nd pitch by the freshman hurler. Here comes the 43rd, squaring around a bunt and missing it is Noah Willett. So he has been efficient, Gokala has, for certain. And the Panthers with their first opportunity of the game. They got their leadoff guy on at second. And the number 2 hitter in the Bruce Lisicki lineup, Noah Willett at the plate. Lefty against lefty. Willett showed bunt in the first offering, and here comes the second. He's showing bunt again, and he'll pull it back on a pitch that's in the dirt. And the count's even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Crashing hard on the bunt is the Irish first baseman, Gianluca Aurelio. Staying back is DeLuca, their third baseman. If Willett can, they're going to let the pitcher field the third base side. If Willett can drop it down on that third base side, it could not only be a sacrifice, it could be a base hit bunt, not a sacrifice bunt. They could get the runner to third, and they could also get a base hit out of it. See how talented he is with that bat. And that ball's in the dirt. Gokala's certainly thinking about the bunt. They're in his head right now. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Willett, in his last at bat, flew out to left field. As I said, toughest guy in the CC lineup to strike out. Gokala's ready. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And it's low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Gokala, before Willett, had walked only 1 of 9 batters that he had faced. He'll have to work his way back. He's in the hole right now, 3 balls, 1 strike. He's pitching out of the stretch. Here comes the pitch, and it drops in. Man, that's a beautiful breaking ball. That starts high, Jared, and falls right in nicely. It drops at the knees. It's perfect. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And especially tough on a left-handed batter, I think, too, to take a look at that one and try to figure it out.
3-2 offering. Again, it's an off-speed pitch, dropping at the knees and swinging and fouling it off. Staying alive is Noah Willett.
Go ahead.
Nasty.
Yeah, certainly was an interesting. Willett batting high in this lineup. The 3-hitter, Jojo Jansura, on deck. And, again, both of them looking to try to figure out how to get Gaines in.
The pitch, fastball looked at and called ball 4. The Irish catcher, Luke Stromey, looked back at the home plate umpire, and he put both of his hands out, his glove hand and the bare hand that he was holding the ball, and he said, what was wrong with that? It was called ball 4, and the Panthers now have the first 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 4th. So Jojo Jansura, the number 3 hitter at the plate. Traditionally in the lineup, the 3 hitters, the top hitter on the team. Let's see what they do with Jansura, and he swings through an off-speed pitch. He is definitely not bunting, or at least on that pitch. And there was a balk called. So a balk is called, and the Panther runners will move up. The first base umpire explaining to the freshman hurler that he had taken his left leg and did something that he's not allowed to do with it, and the runners are moved up. So Panthers with 2 on in scoring position now, nobody out in a scoreless game, bottom of the 4th. And their number 3 hitter at the plate. So they'll wipe the pitch off. So Jansura is facing no count. Gokala's ready. Here comes the first pitch. It drops in for a ball low below the knees. So at third is Gaines. At second is Willett. At the plate, Jansura. 1 ball, no strikes. Gokala's ready. Here comes the pitch in the dirt. Jansura laid off of it. Thought about it and pulled back. It landed right in front of the plate. Nice job by Luke Stroney, the Irish backstop, keeping Gaines at third base. 2 balls, no strikes to Jansura. Gokala's ready. Out of the stretch, swung through on an off-speed pitch. That is, I mean, he can heat it up. Gokala can. I think he can throw it pretty hard, but that breaking ball that just drops out of the hitting zone is really a fantastic pitch.
Yeah, pretty lethal, and Jansura fooled by it on that one. And there's a guy that knows what he's looking for right now, I think, up there.
You're looking for heat. Here comes the pitch. It's an off-speed pitch again, and just staying alive, fighting it off is JoJo Jansura, living to swing again. In the meantime, Gokala has even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, we saw Elyria Catholic pitcher Zachariah Gaines get out of 2 bases-loaded, 1-out situations in back-to-back innings, and Gokala in his own little trouble right now. 1 pitch, 1 out at a time. Here comes the pitch. It's fouled back, and we'll do it again. It's the only way you can look at it. Just 1 pitch, 1 out at a time. You can't think about, man, I need to get 3 outs and not let anybody in. You got to think about, I just need to throw a strike to this guy, get an out, and then we'll think about the next batter. Peers into his catcher, Luke Stroney. Gokala's ready. Here comes the pitch. It's heat, it's low, and it's looked at. Boy, that was a tough pitch. Jansura thought about it, held back, and now the count is full. On deck is the number 4 hitter, Ryan White, the cleanup guy in this Panther lineup. Gokala's ready to go. Runners at second and third. The 3-2 pitch is just low. And Stroney, the catcher, is beside himself. He thinks that he has had the last 2 guys struck out, the catcher. But the only opinion that matters is the plate umpire. And they're back-to-back walks, and the bases are loaded for Ryan White. So Jack Gokala is going to go out of the windup. Bruce Lisicki is going to take time and talk to his hitter, Ryan White. My thought, is he telling White, take a strike, or is he telling White, Gokala knows he can't afford to throw balls. Sit on a fastball on this first pitch. Look for a heater to hit. Let's see what happens. And will Gokala give him a heater, the cleanup hitter? Here comes the pitch. It's heat, and it's called for a strike. That's confidence, Jared.
Yeah, I'm interested in what that conversation was. They're going to talk it over here again, I think.
Lisicki is going to make a change at first base. JoJo Jansura is going to get pinch run for. So coming out for Elyria Catholic to run is number 16, Nathan Niederst. Niederst, the latest. He's a 9th grader.
You're a good athlete if your last name is Niederst. We saw a little bit of him on the basketball floor for Jason Smith this winter. And I knew he was on this roster. And we'd seen him come in relief in a game somewhere. But
the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Gaines is going to try to score from third, and he's going to be safe. Gaines with speed and an even better jump. Zachariah was ready when he needed to be, because it's a short backstop here at Elyria Catholic. And Gaines needed to get a good jump, got the good jump, slid safely, and there was 1 run on the board.
Correct. Not a lot of room back there out of play, and you've got to be very convicted if you're going to go. And he certainly was there. Maybe that's an effort where you believe in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, that's completely where you believe in yourself. You don't have time to think. Like you said, you got to be on it. And he believed, and he scored, and there's 1 run in. So both runners, the other 2 left, move up. Runners at second and third. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. And here comes Gokala's 2-1 offering. It's a hard ground ball through the hole. It's into right field. And scoring from third with the second run of the inning was Elyria Catholic's Noah Willett. And it's a base knock for Ryan White. That was a hard hit ball right past the Irish second baseman and into right field for Ryan White. And he smoked it. 2 runs in the inning, nobody out. Still for the Panthers. And at the plate, Luke Doss. Runner at third, runner at first. Niederst is on at third, and the first pitch to Doss is inside off the plate. It's ball one. Kokala looks in. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's right at the knees, but it's called a ball. Stroney, the catcher, still talking to the umpire. Luke's probably not helping his pitcher any. Turning around on 3 pitches this inning, 2 that he thought were strike threes, and then there. Sometimes you just got to keep your mouth shut. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's that curveball that drops in. It's his perfect pitch. It's strike one.
Now, I think you're allowed to, ask, hey, are these out? Are these down? Are they up? What do we have to do to get back on the same page? But once that question's been answered, I think you're, necessarily pretty much this conversation's over.
High heat, fastball swung through by Doss, and the count's now even. Kokala's ready to go. Doss, the right-handed hitter, and here comes the 2-2 offering. Heat again, pop fly left field. Settling under it is Anthony Bako. Tagging is Niederst at third. Bako will throw it in, and Niederst will score easily. That was hit deep enough that there really was never a threat of a play at home plate. So it's a sac fly by Luke Doss. Niederst scores from third, and it's the third run of the inning.
Situation where everybody did their job. The pitcher got an out, Niederst got home, and the sac fly plates another one.
Well, the storyline so far, Jared, is Elyria Catholic has taken advantage of their one and only opportunity, and that's been this inning. And they have scored 3 runs. And the Irish up until this point have had at least 2 excellent opportunities and failed on both of them. That's been the difference. Amaris at the plate, and Isaiah facing an 0-1 pitch. It's high, counts even, 1 ball, 1 strike. One runner on, it's Ryan White at first. 1 out in the inning and 3 runs in. Here comes Kokala's pitch. It's high, ball 2. Kokala to the plate, swung through. Amaris pulling his head. Counts even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Amaris hit a line drive to straightaway center field in his last at bat. It was caught. It ended the second inning. Here comes the pitch. Heat again, and that is a beautiful pitch at the knees. I think Isaiah was looking off speed. He got heat, and he wasn't ready for it. So that's the second out of the inning. That strikeout brought to you by Lorain County Community College. It's your year. 2 outs in the inning. It's left on left. Mason Knapp, the left-handed hitting first baseman at the plate against the left-handed thrower, Jack Kokala. 1 ball on Knapp, 2 strikes, or 2 outs rather, and 1 runner on. Quick little throw, and it goes up the right field line to first base by the first baseman, and checking into second will be Elyria Catholic's Ryan White. So there's just a snap throw to first that didn't go well, and White is now in scoring position.
Usually a left-hander has a pretty solid move to first base, and not saying that Ocala isn't, but like you said, it was not necessarily something I think they thought out that well.
The 1-0 pitch to Knapp, fastball swung through, counts even, 1 ball and a strike. Mason walked in his first at bat, then he was thrown out at second trying to steal. 1 runner on at second with 2 outs. Here comes the 1-1 offering. And it's off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. In the inning, Panthers with 3 runs in. Zachariah Gaines led it off with a double. Noah Willett walked. JoJo Jansura walked. The bases were full of Panthers. Ryan White got a base hit. That scored the second run. The first run came in on a wild pitch pass ball, not sure what you want to call it. And then the third one came in on a sac fly to left by Luke Doss, and that's where we stand. Count is now even on Mason Knapp, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kokala is ready to go. White looks like he's going to run, and he will from second to third. He'll go in safely with, there's a throw, but it wasn't even close. I got to tell you, Ryan White did a nice job paying attention to Jack Kokala, not paying attention to him. Gocala never really looked back. White kept his eye on it, and he was off and running before Gocala ever thought to throw to home plate. So the count is now full. The pitch was a ball. There are 2 outs, and here comes the pitch, and it's low and away, ball 4.
Runners at the corners now, 2 down here. Panthers looking for more in this bottom of the 4th inning. Interested to see. Tim Gebhardt told us about the very low, anemic type pitch count that Ocala had coming into this one. I wonder where he's at right now.
Well, he was at 41 coming into the inning, Ocala was. It's been a long inning. Gebs is totaling him up right now for us.
Tabulating, that's what we like.
First pitch to Braden Winter was fouled back. Winter, the junior right fielder, struck out swinging in his first at bat. It was the first out of the 3rd inning. Gocala will step off the rubber as the Panthers try to draw a throw to second. They do, and sliding safely in at second base is Mason Knapp. Gocala did a good job. He's at 85 pitches.
Wow.
Geb said he's at 80, so he's doubled in 1 inning.
Jeez. Well, you got to think, 3 walks, right? And, just a slew of other heavy counts.
It has been that kind of inning. And the pitch is called a strike. It's now no balls and 2 strikes on Braden Winter. So you've got Knapp at second. You've got White at third. And here comes the 0-2 pitch, and it's another balk. That's the second time this inning that Gocala has been called for a balk by the same umpire.
Right, and it scores a run. So 4-0 Panthers. They're going to get an explanation as to what's triggering that, but I don't think it's going to appease or soothe Ocala right now, as by all accounts, just dealing heading into this 4th inning, and it's been anything but for him in terms of being able to get out of it.
So White scores on the balk. Knapp moves from second to third, and the 0-2 pitch is fouled back by Braden Winter. The first balk came in this inning when the Panthers were trying to sacrifice a runner from second to third. They had runners at first and second, and so they got their guys at second and third without even having to bunt. Swinging through it is Winter, and that's his second strikeout of the game, and that ends the 4th inning, but not before. Elyria Catholic sends 8 batters to the plate. They score 4 runs. They do it on just 2 hits. There were 3 walks in the inning, a couple of balks and a sacrifice fly, and a couple of wild pitches. All that added up to 4 Panther runs. We head to the top of the 4th. It's 4-0, Elyria Catholic.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Top of the 5th here at Elyria Catholic High School. Division 4 district semifinal game between Youngstown Ursuline, the Fighting Irish, and the Panthers of Elyria Catholic, and it was a big 4th inning for Elyria Catholic. After Youngstown Ursuline in both the 3rd and the 4th had put 3 runners on, the bases loaded with 1 out in both innings, and come up scoreless in both innings, Elyria Catholic took advantage of their opportunity in the 4th. They had runners on with nobody out, and they scored them all. They scored 4 runs. Gaines, Willett, Jansura, and White, the first 4 hitters in that lineup that inning, all scored. and they're in complete control right now in the top half of the fifth. Matt Pisa, the first batter for the Youngstown Ursuline Fighting Irish to lead off this fifth inning. Matt, the number 2 hitter in Paul Kemp's lineup, has walked twice today. Been up twice, walked twice. And he's in a 1-1 count right now. Pitch is low off the plate from Zachariah Gaines. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gaines has struck out 4. He's walked 2 and he's hit 2 batters. And he's given up 3 hits. Now pitching in his 5th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes as the next pitch from Pisa, or to Pisa, is fouled off. Youngstown Ursuline in this game after a win over Woodridge. They traveled to Woodridge and won 5-2. Ground ball to Jansur at third. To Hopper. Quick throw across the field in the dirt. What a great stop. Pick up by Mason Knapp. Knapp caught it off the bounce, and there's 1 out in the inning. That brings to the plate Rowan Urbach. Urbach, the senior shortstop, 0 for 2 today. First pitch to him is outside. It's ball 1. Rowan in the first inning flew out to center field, and then he was called out on strikes in the 3rd. Gaines working quickly. Heat below the knees off the shin guards of his catcher. Bounces about halfway back to the mound. It's ball 2. The battery today for Elyria Catholic, the starters and still in here in the 5th. Zachariah Gaines on the hill and Ryan White, his junior catcher, behind the plate. Gaines is ready, and here comes the wind and fire. And it's a curveball that drops in nicely for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th and a 4-0 Elyria Catholic lead. Gaines again working quickly, and he hits Urbach. So Zachariah's toughest spot so far today has been hitting batters. He's now hit 3. He has hit as many as he has given up base hits.
Yep. One of those was to the same batter, so maybe he just wanted to make sure he got his money's worth the second time around, but that was certainly a hit batsman there and of a new variety.
So that brings the number 4 hole hitter up, the cleanup hitter, Luke Stroney, to the plate in a 4-0 game. At first is Urbach. There's 1 out in the inning. From the stretch is the right-handed thrower, Zachariah Gaines, and the first pitch to the right-handed hitter is off the plate, called ball 1. Strike zone is a tight zone, but it's been consistent for both teams. Panthers thought they had a strike there. They did not, and Ursuline thought they had more than a few in the last inning. That pitch is fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike. But the beauty of it all, as I said, is the consistency. If you were an umpire who is consistent, then players adjust to that. If they know where you're at, then they'll make that adjustment. Line drive, base hit, center field, and Ursuline with their first 2, or their second and third batters on this inning.
Yep. Stroney with a nice rip there for the single, and a chance now for Ursuline to cut into this here. 4-0 here. They're top of the 5th inning. 1 down.
So it's Urbach on at second and Stroney at first, and that brings Harrison DeLuca to the plate. Gaines is ready. Looks at second again, and now comes to the plate, and it's at the belt for a strike. Strike 1 on DeLuca. Harrison has been up twice today. He's been on base once. He got on an error in the 2nd inning, an infield error, and then was struck out looking in the 4th. That's a curveball low, dropped at the ankles. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both pitchers today, Jared, it's been a pleasure to call this game. They work quickly.
Certainly, that has been something that has helped out when you're looking coming up on 6:30 here. They're doing their job, and I got to tell you, Ron, I think in my opinion, Gaines has pitched his best when he's been in trouble today too. Yeah. When he's had guys on, he's bared down.
He's got 2 on right now, and he's up in the count 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Off speed, popped up. Got him to pop up in the infield. Jansur calling for it. Now the shortstop will take it, and it's Amaris Isaiah at short, finishing with the out. So DeLuca is out on a pop-up, and there are now 2 outs in the inning, and that leaves it up to the sophomore first baseman, Gianluca Aurelio, the big, strong, right-handed hitting first baseman for Youngstown Ursuline at the plate. The Irish, as Aurelio takes ball 1, have left 7 runners on in the first 4 innings, and they've got 2 more on here in the 5th. And they had them on with 1 out. There are now 2 out. Gaines trying to get out of it again. Next pitch, that's at the belt over the plate. Strike 1.
I think Gaines has that philosophy. I'm not in any real trouble until I see somebody over at third. Then I'll have to start working.
Or maybe he thinks, Jared, I'm not in any real trouble until I see somebody cross home plate.
Could be 2.
Next pitch is low, 2 balls and a strike. Aurelio grounded out in his first at bat and got a base hit in his last at bat. That one falls off the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. His base hit was to right field in his last at bat. He's a big, strong kid. I imagine they're going to pitch away from him as much as they can. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 on. Here comes Gaines' 3-1 offering, and it's low. It's ball 4. It's almost like Zachariah just pitched around him. Now, with a 4-0 lead, you could make the argument. You could go, you're not pitching around anybody with a 4-0 lead. Just throw strikes, see what happens. But that was a careful at-bat for Gaines, the pitcher. At the plate is his opposing pitcher, Jack Gokala. And Gokala could really help himself out here. First pitch to Jack is low. It's ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, low again. 2 balls, no strikes to Jack Gokala. Jack in his first 2 at-bats today flew out to left to end the second and then hit a double to right field back in the 4th inning. He's up in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes Gaines' offering. It's high off the plate. It's ball 3. So the bases are full of Irish. The Panthers with a comfortable, at least at the moment, 4-0 lead. Everything could change with 1 swing of the bat, and sensing that and coming in from first base is his teammate, Mason Knapp. Mason called timeout, came in to talk to Gaines. Zachariah didn't even see it,
right,
because he's pitching out of the windup. And Knapp was almost in his pocket, and the first base umpire finally had to let Gaines know, hey, there's a timeout. I mean, the pitch almost came to the plate. Gaines is locked in. If you needed any evidence, that was it right there. Staring in, 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Here comes the pitch. Right down the gut. And that's strike 1. Gokala taken all the way. He had taken a step back as the pitch was coming in. He did not want to be tempted. So Gaines again working quickly. The 3-1 offering. Heat on the outside part of the plate. It's called a strike. Gokala thought he had ball 4. He had tossed his bat towards his dugout and had taken a couple of steps down the first baseline. So he's going to come back, step back in the box. Gaines is where he wants to be. He's got the count back to full. He's ready, working out of the windup. And Gokala steps out of the box.
And a good call by Gokala to take time, get himself reasserted after you throw the bat like that and start trotting.
He's ready, so is Gaines. And here comes the full count pitch. Heat fouled off. Been a fun game, Jared.
Certainly has. Really one big half inning, the only thing separating these 2 teams right now.
Everybody checks back in. Runners are ready. Gokala, the left-handed hitter, is ready. And here comes the right-hander Gaines with the 3-2 offering. Heat outside corner, and it's ball 4. So back-to-back walks have pushed a run across the plate for Youngstown Ursuline. brings Frank Del Torio to the plate. And Bruce Lisicki wants a timeout. The leader of this Panther baseball team's out of the dugout, the first base dugout here at Elyria Catholic, and he's going to bring the infield in to talk to his pitcher, Zachariah Gaines, on the hill. Take this moment to thank our sponsors again, the individual sponsors for all of our broadcasts on our Diamond Duels, now Tournament Time Diamond Duels. Our pregame show always brought to you by North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco. Our postgame show brought to you by Eco Tree Services. The lineups, the starting lineups by Network Land Title Agency. The keys to the game every time, Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford, Buick GMC, and the strikeouts, and we've had a lot of those, always brought to you by Lorain County Community College. It was a quick meeting. Gaines is at 111 pitches. And here comes number 112. Fouled back. Those pitch count numbers from the mathematician, Tim Gebhardt.
Gebby says hardly. I would counter with, you're the best we got, Tim.
Del Torio at the plate. Pitch was in the dirt. Doing a nice job is the Panther catcher Ryan White, keeping it in front of him because there is a runner at every base. I think Gaines wants a new ball. He does. Zachariah's trying to get maybe a new game ball out of the dugout. Lisicki's going to throw one out. So they'll throw it to White. White's going to give it to Gaines, and Zachariah's going to hand off the ball that he doesn't want to the home plate umpire, who puts it in the ball bag. So Gaines will get that ball that he doesn't like at some point in this at bat again. It's not like the major leagues where they have endless use of balls and they just toss one out. Sometimes in an at-bat, you'll see 5 balls tossed by a catcher. He'll just toss it to the side. Here comes Gaines. 1-1 pitch. It's high and it's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. How many balls, I'm going to ask Tim Gebbs, the mathematician, do you think they go through in a Major League Baseball game on the average? Don't Google it, Tim. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Gaines to the plate, and it's low. It's ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Frank Del Torio, the number 8 hitter in this Ursuline lineup. 1 run in, bases loaded. The 3-1 pitch, heat right down Main Street. Count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now Del Torio in both of his at-bats has taken 1. He has been hit by pitches in both of his at-bats. Here comes the 3-2 offering. Runners are off, pitch, called strike 3. Del Torio is out looking, and Elyria Catholic is out of a jam. Gaines will head to the dugout with congratulations from his teammates. He worked himself out of another one. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-1 Panthers.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Timely hits are everything. And in this game, Elyria Catholic has gotten the timely hits, and Youngstown Ursuline is not. My partner, Jared Kozar, mentioned it's been just a half inning. I mean, Elyria Catholic had sent the minimum batters to the plate in the first 3 innings. 9 hitters, 9 outs in the first 3 innings. And then in that 4th, that half inning that Jared mentioned, they got hits, they got walks, they got wild pitches, and they got timely hits. And they are up 4-1. Youngstown Ursuline, in the meantime, has left 10 runners on base, and they left 9 on base in the last 3 innings. They've ended the 3rd, 4th, and 5th with the bases loaded.
And we'll see a new pitcher for Ursuline here in the Panther half of the 5th inning.
On the hill for Youngstown Ursuline, wearing number 7, Drew Nemst. Sophomore right-hander. I got to tell you, I was impressed by Jack Ocala. Gokala, a 9th grader, started for the Irish and really did well. That fourth inning was not his friend, but he was impressive. He struck out 7 Panthers in 4 innings. In the first 3, he had struck out 5 and walked only 1. And then in that fateful 4th, he walked 3, struck out 2, and gave up 2 hits in a 4-run 4th for the Panthers. And that's been the difference in the game.
When you think about it, Ron, based on those numbers that we were given, he went from 41 pitches to closing in on 90 by the time he got out of that one. So certainly not what they had intended, the way that he had rolled along through the first 3 innings. And his afternoon is over.
Yeah, one to forget. That's the beauty of the sport. You got to move on to the next pitch, the next at bat, the next ground ball, the next fly ball, whatever the next is for you in your situation. You just got to file and forget. And boy, Gokala's got a really nice future, I would think, in front of him at Ursuline High School.
Yeah, left-handed freshman, and didn't look any part of being a 9th grader today.
No, he was outstanding. So Nemp's first pitch is a ball, and the first base umpire, who's got an eagle eye for all things that could be a balk, has just alerted the new Ursuline pitcher that I'm guessing by how he was pointing and the adjustment that the pitcher has made, that the right foot wasn't in the right place on the rubber.
Yep.
Which is interesting because as long as you have a piece of that rubber, you can be wherever you want.
Correct.
He could move all the way to the right side of it, all the way to the left. He could be in the middle. He could be off the top of it, as long as you are in contact with it. And, maybe he said his heel and side of his foot wasn't in contact with it. It'd be hard to tell and the next pitch is a ball, or a strike rather, 1 ball and 1 strike to Elyria Catholic's Clifford Hemlinger. Hemlinger, the number 9 hitter in this Panther lineup. Little soft ground ball, going to take a tough play at short. What a play. Coming up was Rowan Urbach, and they're going to say that the Irish's first baseman, Aurelio, pulled his foot off the bag. So Urbach came up on a slow roller that he had to catch and fire across his body to his first baseman, Aurelio, and it looked like it was an out. But the base umpire said Aurelio pulled his foot. So safe at first is Hemlinger. I think you got to give him a hit, though. I mean, it's an out or a hit, because that was going to be a hell of a play, or a heck of a play.
I think you were right the first time, Ron.
Hell of a play?
Yeah.
I can say that?
Yeah, you're okay.
I've just said it twice. Jared's my boss, so I guess he could fire me on the spot right now, Gibbs, if he wanted to.
Gibbs is in charge of the whole operation.
Okay.
Let's not kid ourselves.
So there's a pinch runner on for Elyria Catholic now, as the first offering to the leadoff hitter, Zach Gaines, is low. So let's check that runner. Number 15, Chase Atkins. Atkins, a junior, is now running at first base for the Panthers. EC's up 4-1. Game's in the bottom of the 5th. Next offering is off the plate to Gaines. It's ball 2. We're in the bottom of the 5th in a game that has moved along with the exception of 1 inning. Well, I take that back. I mean, for the Panthers, for Ursuline, the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th, they had bases loaded. Those were long half innings. 2-0 pitch, lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Gaines. Gaines got a high heater up in the strike zone. Like Top Shelf where Mama hides the cookies, he likes it, and he hit it to left field for a solid single. So the first 2 are on for EC in this bottom of the 5th.
Gaines has done a good job of helping himself out the past 2 at-bats, and certainly no stranger to causing some damage on the base paths, although there is a runner in front of him. So
Gaines is on at first with his 2nd hit in 3 at-bats. And the pitch showing bunt was Willett. Everybody moving, and it's fouled off. Willett on the day 0 for 1. Flew out in the 1st and walked and scored in the 4th. The Panthers got their first 2 hits of the game back in the 4th, and it was Gaines who led it off with a double. And now he adds his second and the team's 3rd as he stands at first base. Willett again showing bunt, and everybody charging hard. Willett, they're going to make a play at 3rd and out at 3rd. No, called safe. It's a force out. Boy, I made the call too early. That's why I'm not out there making the call. It looked out, but called safe at 3rd base, sliding head first on a real nice play by the Irish catcher, Luke Stroney. Stroney came up. That bunt was right in front of the plate. He grabbed it, fired to 3rd. The Irish chose to keep their 3rd baseman at place at 3rd, and DeLuca took the throw, and sliding in safely was Hemlinger, so the bases are now loaded.
You're correct, Ron. That was a bang-bang play. It was really tough, and I thought that was a great throw by Stroney.
Line drive, center field, and it'll fall for a base hit. First pitch hitting was JoJo Jansura, and he's going to knock in a teammate. It's 5-1.
Bases still full of Panthers here with nobody retired in this home half of the 5th inning. So looking to string together another big inning here, EC, and tack a few more on.
What a change in the game. The middle innings for Elyria Catholic have been the 4th and the 5th. They had gone down in order in the first 3 innings. There's a hard ground ball to short. It's through. Between the short stop and the 3rd baseman, hit into left field, and 2 runs to score on it. That is a solid single by Ryan White. Turned on a heater and hit it through the hole. 2 more in for the Panthers. Gaines scores, Willett scores. Jansura is standing at second base, or actually it's Ryan White standing at second base. And at first is Ryan White.
And again, Elyria Catholic willing to concede an out earlier this inning with the sacrifice that despite the great play and throw by Roney, just didn't result in an out, and that led to more runs coming in.
They've got 3 in so far this inning. Heat called a strike to Luke Doss. 1 ball, 1 strike to Doss, the right-handed hitting second baseman. It's the 5th inning. It is 7-1 Panthers. It was a scoreless game going into the bottom of the 4th. Elyria Catholic has scored 7 times in their last 2 at-bats. Throw back to second, and back safely is JoJo Jansura. Doss at the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging in the 2nd and had a sacrifice fly to right or left field for an RBI in his last at bat in the 4th. The pitch to Doss at the numbers, strike 2. That was a breaker that dropped into the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Luke Doss. In the inning, the Panthers have set 5 to the plate, and 4 of them have had base hits. The 1-2 pitch to Doss in the dirt. Luke Stroney keeps it in front of him, and the count's even. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th for Elyria Catholic. Panthers are trying to advance to the district championship game. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Doss at the knees, but just a little bit low. Counts even through 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Tough one to lay off of your Doss, I think, there.
Yeah. Luke Stroney thought the same thing. That catcher is very demonstrative.
Luke Stroney is not going to exchange Christmas cards with our home plate umpire. That's for sure. Or what are your plans on summer vacation? That hasn't come up yet.
Oh, I hope I get you in a summer game. You know, he's not going to say any of those things. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Check of the runners and a timeout at the plate. Doss wants to step out. Luke will get the timeout, and he'll back up. This game has gone to a grinding halt. Nemst is ready on the hill. Checks the runner at second. Still looking in at the plate, and here comes the pitch. It's a fastball fouled down the third baseline. Bruce Lisicki making a nice play in the third base coaching box.
He might pay for that one in the morning. That one could have stung a little bit.
He's not as young as he used to be.
Easy with that.
Body is not as resilient as it once was.
You know,
man, I know.
We may not be back here again this year, Ron, but we might follow these guys again.
I am not saying anything about Bruce that I would not say about myself right now.
Interesting fact about Bruce Lisicki. When this is all over, not this game, but baseball season, he plays in a men's fast pitch in a baseball league. They travel
Wood
around.
Bat League.
Wood Bat League, yeah.
Here comes the 3-2 offering. Check of the runner. Look it to the plate. And they'll throw back behind the runner at second, and everybody's safe.
And he plays on that squad with Wes Polinsky. No, I didn't say Les Polinsky, although it is Les Polinsky, but Wes Polinsky, the brother of Rob Polinsky, who does games with us here at WEOL.com. So they travel together.
All right, just a second. Let's get this pitch in. Everybody's running on 3-2, and it's fouled off again. Wes, who is Les, or Les, who is actually Wes?
He's Wes. He's just less of Polinsky.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
Gotcha.
He's Wes.
Les.
Wes,
who is Les.
Yeah. You like that?
I like that.
Figured it out, didn't you?
I did. I had to be walked through it, but you did it for me, so thank you.
And I think those guys sort of strong-armed our buddy Rocky Houston into joining him this year.
Nice. Here comes the 3-2 offering again, and this one hits the Panther at the plate. Luke Doss took one off the hamstring, and he'll step down to first base. Isaiah Amaris will step to the plate. Number 3, the senior shortstop. But I think he's going to face a different pitcher. Paul Kemp, the head coach of Ursuline's out, and he's going to make a pitching change. So as Nemst is out, and now coming in for Ursuline will be Harrison DeLuca. DeLuca is going to move over from his third base position, and he'll take the ball on the mound in a game that has just unraveled for Youngstown Ursuline. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. It's 7-1, bottom of the 5th, Panthers.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $229 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
So number 22 is on the hill for Youngstown Ursuline. It's Harrison DeLuca, their junior starter at third base today. He's the third pitcher of the game for the Fighting Irish. He's a right-hander. Starting the game and pitching the first 4 innings was Jack Gokala. And Gokala was dominating through 3, had a real rough 4th, and then did not come out for the 5th. The 5th was started by Drew Nemst, a sophomore right-hander, and Drew has now been replaced by his junior teammate, DeLuca. DeLuca, with runners at first and second and nobody out, first pitch to Elyria Catholic's Isaiah Amaris is swung through for strike 1. So the Panthers put 4 on the scoreboard in the 4th. They have added 3 more here in the bottom half of the 5th. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the 7th batter of the inning for Elyria Catholic. They batted 8 in that 4-run 4th. The 1-1 swung on, tipped a bit. It is strike 2. Amaris today lined out to center his first at bat, struck out looking in his second at bat. DeLuca's pitch, it's fastball, and it's fouled off down the right field line, out of play. What's the rest of the week look like on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel?
Really good question, Ron. Glad you asked. It'll be tomorrow. We're bringing you a doubleheader. It'll be softball featuring Amherst. That'll be over at Berea.
Fly ball deep left center field. It's going to chase the left fielder back, and nobody's going to get it.
That's the ball game.
3-run home run and a game ender. Well, no, it'll be 10-1.
Their bases were loaded.
Oh, I missed the base. That's it. That is a grand slam. Isaiah Amaris, the senior shortstop, smoked one. One that nobody got to. Took a 7-1 game to an 11-1 game, and it is over. What a 4th and 5th inning for Elyria Catholic. Amaris hit that one as far as you could possibly hit it. 24 runs batted in now for Isaiah Amaris. He got 4 with 1 swing of the bat. That was emphatic, and that finished this one off.
Wow. Almost like they had something to do. And Amaris said, you know what? We got to be out of here by 7 o'clock. So do the guys working the game tonight. I'm just going to send everybody home with a W. And, yeah, you wouldn't have thought that an hour ago that this game could end under those circumstances. By no stretch.
I mean, let's just, we'll talk about it in the postgame. We'll take a timeout. The final, 11-1, Panthers over the Irish. And they will move on to the district championship in 5 innings. We'll be back.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Cavs radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
I'm Mayor Kevin Brubaker, and I'm inviting you to rediscover Elyria. With new places to eat and shop, a revitalized historic downtown, expanded park facilities and programming, our community is once again on the move. Check out our award-winning schools, the new homes, and events and festivals for all ages all year long here in Elyria. Come be a part of the momentum. Visit cityofelyria.org and follow us on Facebook to see how we're building a stronger Elyria together.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for only $229 a month for 24 months. We make it that easy.
11-1 the final. Elyria Catholic beats Youngstown Ursuline in this Division IV district semifinal baseball game from Elyria Catholic High School. So the Panthers will move on, and they will play in 2 days at the Pipe Yard in Lorain against Marlington for a Division IV district championship game. My partner Jared Kozar mentioned before we took that break that this game has changed dramatically in the last 45 minutes to an hour, and he was 100% correct. It was a scoreless game going into the bottom of the 4th inning. This game ended in 5 innings, 11-1. It was 0-0 heading into the bottom of the 4th. That is how quickly this game changed, and quickly maybe isn't the right word because it took a long time. Elyria Catholic scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th. In the top of the 5th, Youngstown Ursuline scored a run, but then in the bottom of the 5th, the Panthers came back and they scored 7 times. And it was capped off, exclamation point, by the grand slam home run by Isaiah Amaris to wrap up the game to make it 11-1. It's a game that if you look at it in the paper tomorrow in the Chronicle Telegram, Tim Gebhardt's storyline, if you look at just the score, you'll say, wow, Panthers dominated. They dominated 2 innings, or maybe an inning and a half today. But in baseball or any sport, all you got to do is do your best when it's counted most. And EC did that today, Jared. They took advantage of opportunities, and Youngstown Ursuline did not. Ursuline left 10 runners in scoring position in this baseball game, including, or 11 rather, including 10 in the last 3 innings, the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. And in the 3rd and the 4th, they had bases loaded with only 1 out, didn't score a run. So credit the Panthers for taking advantage of opportunity. When they had it, they owned it.
Yeah, nice job for EC. And in particular, when you think about the pitching performance of Zach Gaines to be able to come out there and get out of jams effectively and minimize those opportunities in terms of putting his team out there to be able to get out of innings without any damage. And that's where those numbers come from with guys left on base.
Yeah, let's take a look at Gaines' pitching line. Talk about Houdini. In 5 innings, he allowed 11 guys, actually 12 guys if you throw in an error, to reach base. So in 5 innings, he allowed more than 2 runners an inning to reach base with 4 walks, 3 hit batters, and 4 hits, and then you throw in an error there. And he gave up 1 run. I mean, how does that happen? He struck out 5 and gave up just 1 run, and he's a winner today. He'll move to 5-3 on the season, and the Panthers will live to play another game, a district final against Marlington. Let's take a look at some of those EC hitters. Gaines himself was the leadoff hitter. Had 2 hits and 3 at-bats, including a double. He scored 2 runs. Jojo Jansura had a big hit in the 5th with a run batted in. He scored 2 runs. Ryan White had 3 runs batted in, had 2 hits and 2 runs scored and 3 at-bats. Isaiah Amaris hit the big hit. He had the grand slam home run that ended the game. It was 7-1 with Amaris at the plate. And there was still nobody out in the 5th inning with the bases loaded of Panthers, and he hit it over the left center field wall. And then the bottom of the lineup, Mason Knapp was on twice with walks, and Hemlinger, the number 9 hitter, started the 5th with an infield base hit and scored a run. So Panthers got help from all areas of their baseball team today. We've seen them 3 times, Jared, and they've won 3 games. They beat Midview, they beat Wellington, and today they beat Youngstown Ursuline.
Yeah, they must really like it when we show up because, it means that good things are on the horizon for them. And certainly moving on in tournament play to face Marlington on Thursday over at the Pipe Yard in Lorain are these Panthers coming off of a run rule game, 11-1.
We want to thank a lot of folks. We want to thank Zach Sprague, who is our camera operator today, and just outstanding young man.
Helped to keep my sanity.
And that is no small feat.
No.
We want to thank our opposing managers today, Paul Kemp from Youngstown Ursuline. Paul, very kind to me during warm-ups today to help me through his lineup pronunciations and key players to look out for. And as always, Bruce Lisicki. Bruce is just a text message away from me, helping me out with starting lineups, batting orders, statistics, and anything else I need to know. So thanks to Bruce Lisicki and Paul Kemp, the opposing head coaches of the teams today. Thanks to all of you for listening or watching, whether on WEOL.com or the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. We'd really love to thank our sponsors. Your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads. The North Ridgeville Sunoco is our presenting sponsor for our pregame show. Eco Tree Services sponsors our postgame show, which we're bringing you right now. Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. Starting lineups were brought to you today by Network Land Title Agency. Network Land Title, safeguarding your investment and ensuring your peace of mind. The keys to the game were brought to you today and always on our Diamond Duel by Nick Abraham at Elyria Ford and Buick GMC. They're on the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. We'd like to thank the city of Elyria, always a sponsor. Rediscover Elyria today at thecityofelyria.com. And we'd like to thank Lorain County Community College. They are our strikeout sponsor. And let's just eyeball it here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strikeouts today by the combined pitching staffs of both teams, brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Final 11-1. My partner Jared goes on the air tomorrow in a doubleheader. At what time, Jared?
Well, I will be. I'll be at the later in the evening game. When I say evening, 5 o'clock Keystone. Is that you and I, Sprague? Haven't been told anything. All right, that's good. That's what we want. Tomorrow afternoon, Keystone baseball. That'll be at 5, and then tomorrow afternoon, meaning 2, will be Amherst softball. They'll be over at Berea in postseason play. The Wildcats will be hosting a game at 5 o'clock, and we'll have them both for you on WEOL.com in an audio-only format.
For Jared Kozar, for Zach Sprague, I'm Ron Yance. Your final today from Elyria Catholic. The home team, the Panthers, a winner in 5 innings. 11-1. Elyria Catholic over Youngstown Ursuline. The Panthers move on to the district championship. That's next in Division 4 for them. Thanks for listening.